So we'll just begin sitting comfortably. Cross your legs or whatever's comfortable for you, just so that you can sit tall and relaxed. Letting the spine be long, maybe the eyes closed or soft. So we'll start by slowing down our breath a little bit and elongating it. So we have a nice, even, slow, full, and not forced breath. Pulling the air all the way down and in, side. Exhaling all the way out. We might even think of our breath as breathing us instead of us breathing our breath, as we become one with our breath. Make sound on the exhale if you like, or whatever feels good to you. Just allowing our belly to let go, our shoulders, our tongue, our jaw. Maybe allowing a little space at the beginning between the inhale and the exhale. Little hold of stillness in this between, and then releasing out. We can take our hands up to our heart and start to gently tap while we breathe around the heart area. And taking our hands up to our head and massage the scalp. Just gently massaging the scalp and all those channels that run through their scalp. Moving our hands to our ears and giving our ears a little massage. Pulling and pressing. With our one finger in each ear, just gently pulling down and hold for a breath. So we bring our vagus nerve on board. And then releasing our arms out, letting them move as we move our spine, and just kind of doing a little snaking of our spine forward and back. So we can just loosen up the spine. And your arms can be like flapping wings. And then we can allow our arms to come by our side. And we'll do a long-legged butterfly. So you want a pillow or a bolster underneath your legs, feel free to put that there. And feet away from our hips away, so our legs are in this loose bend. We're going to come forward and just relax over the legs, letting the hip release, letting the legs be totally relaxed. And if you like, you can let your head hang and your spine round if that feels good to you. Stretch through our spine, decompress our vertebra. Might want to give your feet a little massage while you're here as well. That feels good to your feet. Good opportunity to nurture our feet. So in this class today, we're going to sort of focus more on the kidney and urinary bladder. They work together, the kidney and the bladder, meridians, channels, the yin-yang channels that have to do with our will. Kidney channel houses our will. So as we just come inside and notice what's going on in our body, our mind, our heart. In our spirit. And with full acceptance, no judgment, no comparisons, just allowing what is. Actually been research done. The science confirms that if you fully accept and allow a feeling to be present, whatever that feeling is, and you just hold it without pushing it away, just allow it to be there for, I forgot how many seconds, maybe 17 seconds or something like that. I don't remember, but that will allow it to change. It will change all on its own. Please, by allowing. We're going to go ahead and start to press ourselves up. And coming up to sitting, you want to do a little movement of your legs, hips, whatever feels good. Hips and legs. And then we'll just take our legs over to the right and find that sort of 90-90 position of our legs, 90-degree angle. You might want to bolster a pillow or block handy. Just go ahead and come forward onto the forearms here. Start with just letting go into that hip. And either stay on your forearms or you can go all the way down onto the leg at any time. Feels right to add more weight there. And you can also extend the left leg long if you want, or you can keep it bent. Just find your own asana here. Right? We can make the asana our own. Allow our body to speak to us what it means. Think of the kidney channel. It begins at the toes and travels up the inside of our legs and into the kidneys, and look at it as kind of going up the front of your body. So the channel going up through the inside of the legs, into the kidneys, up the front of our torso, kind of in the midline of the body. Anytime we stretch or put pressure, compress that channel, we can think that we're stimulating our kidneys and bringing them back into balance. The kidneys rule the bones, the teeth, and the adrenal glands. And it's in Chinese medicine, they say it's where our yin and yang reside. Also, feel free to move your foot if you prefer to bring your foot closer in toward your body. Right? Put more bend into that knee. That feels right for your body. Kind of changes the stretch a little bit. And also press your torso up if you feel like you want to shift the stretch a little bit here and come into a little bit of a back bend onto the hands option, or just stay lying on top of the leg way. This will bring the focus a little more into the pelvis and the lumbar spine. Sort of change that stretch in the hip a bit. Do come up onto your hands, you might come back down for a little longer. Just relax that leg a little longer here. Really deep stretch in the right hip. So good for our SI joint and our sacrum, IT band. It's one of those poses that could be held for a long time, 15 or 20 minutes. But we'll go ahead and start to come up. So you want to start to press up and slide your left leg up as you come to sitting. We'll bring our legs out in front of us. A little movement, wake them up if they're kind of starting to fall asleep. At least the right leg. And we'll come on to the other side. So bringing the right leg back and the left leg up. Pillow or a bolster if you want. Come onto the forearms here. And you can slide your right leg back or leave it there, or you can come down farther and lay down all the way onto the leg. Nice to stay up on the forearms for a little while. Really feel into the stretch. If the body wants a little more pressure, all the way down. Of course, adjust the feet to the foot if you want to bring that foot forward. In more towards the torso. More compression into the knee. Just making the asana our own for today. What feels good for today? Every day is different. Depending on your knee, probably more than anything, you might want to sit off to the side of your hip instead of being on top of the leg. The knee complains. You can make sure you just sit off to the side as much as necessary. This very yin time of year. The solstice is only a few days from now, Thursday, most of us. Thursday late in the day will be the winter solstice, that longest night. Actually, it's more of a 3-day process, the solstice, so it's really a 3-day event. It takes time for the days to lengthen. You can really take advantage of this inward time. Here, where the majority of people might be having their attention pulled outward into all the festivities and commercialism, I like to go inward and sort of ignore all of that stuff personally. It's also really nice to get together with friends and family and celebrate. If you want to press the torso up, you might want to just come into a little bit of a back bend. That feels right for you. Take a moment to get a more stretch through the front of the right hip flexors. Just doing whatever feels good to your body. Taoist philosophy, yin is equated with the sinking deep into the body, right? So we sink the qi. Chinese call it sinking the qi, where basically really let the qi go deep into whether it's your belly or your heart, feet, your hips, right? You can think of just allowing the qi to really sink in and down. The Tao Te Ching is one of my favorite, I want to call it the Bible, one of my favorite Bibles. In the Tao Te Ching, it speaks of heavy is the root of the light. So also the unmoved is the root of all movement. Speaking to the fact that yang rises out of the yin. You want to come back down. If you are up in that little back bend, you might want to come back down for your leg for a little while longer. So it's actually that everything is born out of this stillness and this deeper, quieter place. The yin giving rise to the yang. Just learning to live like that can be a challenge, especially in the Western world, where the yang is often put first. It's the beginning. Okay, so we can start to slowly come up from there, and you can slide your right leg up as you come up to sitting. And come around, making sure we come out of the pose slowly and allow any movement in the legs, maybe windshield wipers or shake out, whatever feels good to you. Get the blood going. We might want to bring our hands behind our hips and lift, lower the hips a few times. Then we'll just extend our legs out in front and lift our sits bones and just relax forward for caterpillar. Make sure that your pelvis is able to come forward, or if it's not, you might sit on top of a pillow or folded up blanket. You happen to be really tight in the hamstrings, you can always put a bolster underneath your knees, thigh area, so that your knees are bent a little bit and supported. You happen to be able to grab your feet, you can always grab hold of your feet and give your feet and back of your legs a little extra stretch by pulling the feet towards you. This is the best pose for getting to our bladder channel, urinary bladder channel that runs up through the back of the legs and hips, all the way up our back of the head, neck. It's quite a major channel. The bladder channel works in tandem with the kidney channel. So the kidney passes the chi onto the bladder, and so that bladder can transform the fluids and help the body eliminate them. Lots of various symptoms that can happen when there's an imbalance in the bladder channel. Can range from headaches to, of course, urinary problems or bladder problems. So it's such an important channel that imbalance can manifest in a lot of ways. Of course, all the channels are important. The bladder channel houses all of our unprocessed emotions, feelings. Together, the kidney and the urinary bladder, keyword I would say would be strength. So our strength housed in the yin and yang of the bladder and kidneys. Okay, so we can start to press ourselves up slowly and onto our belly. So have a pillow or folded up blanket or anything that you need to have. We'll bring ourselves into infant pose by reaching our arms back, pulling the shoulders together and lifting up so that we can engage our back muscles, our whole backside, and help ourselves come into a little back bend. And then we can bring our elbows forward and underneath our shoulders, come into Sphinx. You can rock your body a little bit. You want to just kind of let your weight shift around and let the pelvis relax. Might want to lift your head, or you might want to let your head hang, move it around, whatever feels good to the head and neck. Also lift our feet. We want to add a little more compression, the lumbar, a little more stretch in the front of our legs and hips. Prefer to have one hand on to grab the leg and pull that foot towards your butt and get more stretch. You can also do that. Lots of variations and variety in the Sphinx. My knee won't let me do it on that side, so I actually took a fall the other day outside because I wasn't wearing the right shoes to be working and doing pruning, and taking a few days to recover from that. Okay, so let's just take a short break and half frog. If you want to slide one knee up toward the shoulder and look to that side, resting head on hands. Just take a moment here to relax that hip and let it open. And we can slide that leg back down and come into Sphinx or Seal. We want to come into Seal. Just straighten the arms, widen them out a bit, spreading our fingers. You can also lift the pelvis off the ground if you want. We need more of an up dog. Put a pillow underneath the pelvis for support. All of those options. Sphinx and seal are not only good medicine for our kidneys, but they're good medicine for our shoulders. Very good strengthening for the shoulders, the shoulder girdle, the arms, activating all those upper body channels as well by activating our shoulders and arms. So if you happen to be up in seal, you might want to start migrating down toward Sphinx, gradually coming out. Make our way down to a half frog on the other side. So you can slide other knee up and rest head on hands to that side. We'll go ahead and slide that leg down and make our way up onto our hands and knees if you're able to be on your knees. Otherwise, another position where you can move your spine. You just want to slowly round our back. Going, maybe drop the head if that's comfortable. And then going into an arch. Just very gently moving the spine. Also press back if you like, a little bit toward the heels. Come up and arch the back. Bringing our spine back into balance. Then we can just circle our hips around and let our body sort of move however it wants to, the rib cage, hips, head, shoulders, circular motion. And the other direction. Good. Then we can sit back into child's pose. If you're able to, otherwise a happy baby or something on your back, something like a happy baby would be similar. Good option. Sitting back to the heels, and I think my knee won't let me do that either, so I'm going to go into a happy baby. Right, so we're going to slowly come out from there. You're on the mat in child's pose. Go ahead and come onto your back, and we'll have bolsters or whatever we might need handy, pillows. And if you want to have a strap handy, I prefer to use the strap for the next one, but go ahead and hug your knees into your chest, relax your body. Might like to stir legs, just relax them, stirring the leg bone in the hip socket. One. Nice way to release the hips. Totally let go. And then we'll bring our left foot on the floor and curl up to our right knee. This is where you might like to have a strap so you can reach up and grab your foot with a strap or your hand. And sort of an upside down lunge here, half happy baby. Just let your left knee open out to the side. Just let it drop open. Open that left hip. And we just gently pull this right knee down toward our armpit, toward the mat, toward the ground, with the sole of the foot up, the leg up. So we also get that leg in the air effect for the blood to come back toward our heart. We also want to make sure we're not pulling our body off center with our leg up. We're not pulling it off to the right. Still centered. We're just pulling that knee down toward the ground. And we'll guide this right leg across the body. So you might want to have bolsters to the left for support. Coming into a twist here with our right arm extended out from our shoulder and maybe a little bit lifted, a little bit bent if that's comfortable to your shoulder. So get a stretch in the front of the shoulder and arm. Just let that leg be relaxed and supported. Might like your knee to be higher up or lower down, just wherever you want that leg to be. If your knee is higher, of course, the twist will be more in the upper part of our spine, of our thoracic. If it's lower, it'll be lower down toward the lumbar. Okay, so we can start to come out by using our right hand to lift the knee up, and go ahead and hug your knees into your chest. You have bolstering that you might want to move to the right that. And then we'll put our right foot down and curl up to our left knee. Grab hold of your foot with your hand or a strap. Back down and just allow your right knee to drop open to the right. And we'll kind of pull that left knee down. We're in a upside down lunge. Probably feel a stretch that goes all the way on the inside of up the inside of that left leg, all the way through the groin, down through the inside of your right leg. Make this interesting shape with our legs. And then we can guide our left leg across the body. You might need to adjust your hips a little bit, or you need to do and extend the left arm out from the left shoulder. Finding our twist on this side. Sure, the left leg is supported, so we can relax the bones. Bones can let go. And you can also explore the movement of head and neck, either looking away from that left leg toward your left arm, or looking to the right, or looking up. Breathing into the twist, feeling our organs getting a nice massage. Letting our nervous system be recalibrated, and our spine to be recalibrated. Of course, twists are always good medicine for any time of the year when there are a lot of things floating around, like colds and flus or germs, to help keep us healthy. Spending time in a twist every day can really help with that. ward off those germs. Make us stronger anyway. It's not that the germs or the viruses aren't there. It's just that we're not going to host them. We don't want our body to be weakened and be able to host them. Keep it strong and healthy. That's not just a physical matter, it's a matter of our whole being. Thing about an imbalance in the kidney channel and the kidneys, imbalance will result in fear, or the other way around, where having fear will cause an imbalance. They work in tandem that way. One can cause the other. So it's the fear that weakens the kidney, or a weak kidney can cause fear. So you can go ahead and stay longer in the twist if you like, or if you prefer to come out, just bring yourself around onto your back and hug your knees, or do whatever feels good to your body, and find a comfortable position. You can stay for a moment, integrate, whatever that is for you. Knees bent, legs straight, bolster, and just breathing and noticing how you feel, noticing your breath, noticing your mind, noticing how we have allowed ourselves to sink into this yin space and root a little deeper into our being, right? Yin time of year that we're in. That is where the source lies for the yang, which is also a big part of our lives. So we're giving thanks to our body for housing us, housing our spirit and our being, giving thanks to our breath for always being there for us. Thanks to our mind, giving thanks to anything else that wants to come up. And of course, having gratitude for the earth, for the mother, Gaia, thinking about how long she's been here. Talk about yin. So I want to thank you all for coming, and feel free to continue to lie there and relax, or get up slowly if you want.
Bye.